Hello, welcome back to the lovely back room and front-facing phone camera. So I had a lot of people asking me about how I set up the um, Kukkaro as my first responder belt kit. So I'm gonna show you guys that today. So I do volunteer medical first response stuff for an organization that is very large, and I like being able to use their resources to do fun things. Um, helping at the Ukraine border, medical first response in different events and areas, stuff like that. Um, so I am the only veteran that they have available to, or that is currently volunteering with them. So they like me to keep a certain look as well as a certain professionality. Is that the right term? I don't know. But a certain look and a certain demeanor while I'm out there, adding a slight tinge of legitimacy, to some of the stuff we're doing. So this is going to look fairly militaristic, but it kind of, I'll explain a little bit more as I go through this bag on how I approach doing these events. So first off, you're going to notice this is very militaristic. You can obviously switch out different colors for different things that you're going to be doing, but like I said, that for this environment, this is what I'm going for. Even a black tourniquet. Usually I would be rocking an orange tourniquet, but it's part of the look of the kit at this point. And the environment that I'm going to be working in, if I have to tourniquet somebody, nobody's going to forget that it's there. So, it's not going to be, it doesn't have to be super bright orange. All right, so first I'm going to get into this main pocket, and then I'm going to get into the wings here. This is a zipped pouch 2x2. Super sorry if I got that name wrong. I should have written that down. Go to Savotta's website, look 2x2, 2x2. It's this guy. So here's a 2x2, here's a 2x2, and here's the multi-tool pouch there. Inside the main body is kind of a one grab or a one bag kind of system. These are two specialized, but in any case, in any high stress situation, this one main bag should take care of you. And before I get too deep into that, I want to recommend, let me just grab the buckle box over here real fast. These elastic organizers, real fast. I'm just going to touch on this. So it's not just these big loops here. This comes in 2, 3, and 4. I have all of them. I haven't found a spot to put the 4s yet. So probably in my kaika, maybe. But it's not just these giant loops. It also has under each one a smaller flat loop there. Oh, and smaller ones on each side. So they say it's 4, it's actually 10 right here of individual loops. That's out of the way. I have a 3-band elastic organizer in here. Let me see if I have a light somewhere that I can, or maybe this will work just fine. So you can see like this stuff right here is in that elastic band. I'm going to pull everything out, don't worry. And then I have stuff in the bands of the built-in bands of the Kukkaro. So there are 2 pockets here. You can kind of see where they split. This is the sewing that helps split the 2 pockets that are right here. In there, foil blanket, a mirror that I cut a hole in for, I don't know, signaling purposes. I got bored. Some safety pins. This is if we're having a really bad day and we need to hurt you more to fix you. An eye patch here. That was in the other side here. So it was that. I have 1 big gauze roll, 1 big gauze roll, iodine, nose tube. Once again, if we have to use this, we're having a very bad day. Some lube for the nose tube. Tick tweezers, and some really cheap tweezers I picked up at Tesco, because if I have to use these, they're probably disposable at that point. So just get cheap ones. So that cleared out the 3 band there and the 2 pockets behind it there. So flipping around, this side is the one that rests against my back when I have it as a belt. Here. I'm just going to reach into the big pocket and pull it all out. Water purification, just because I have a ton of these and they end up tucked away everywhere. Some wasp, hornet, pain relief sting patch. I don't know if it actually works, but placebo effect, there is that. Some quick stitch here. I have never used it. I have practiced with it, never actually used it. Some super robust, sticky, just regular old plaster. I don't want to say brand name, so I'm going to say plasters. But yeah, these are super sticky. They fight through the sweat and the blood. And then more sterile bandage here. I like to keep a giant roll of medical tape because, at least with this 3M Easy Rip, it doesn't just rip this way, it also rips that way. So you can, it doesn't matter how wide this is, you can rip it to it's just, I'll just do it for you. So how easy that ripped off. It also rips into thinner bands. Always get the wide one of the easy rip stuff. Then I have some iodine cream ointment thing. So that cleaned out this main pocket. And I will show you, I might be able to flip it a little bit now. So that is where I put that elastic band there. So that cleaned out the entire inside of the Kukkaro. On the bottom of the Kukkaro, I have it set in such a way that I have it set in such a way where I can reach back under my tourniquet pouch and just grab my scissors there, as well as just ripping out the tourniquet. on this wing. So this wing, this hip. Actually, let me start on this wing. This one's a little bit more fun. This wing, this hip, very easy, very simple. It's a shit ton of gauze. My number one job, in my opinion, in my training, is blood control. My only job is to make sure you have enough blood in your body to get you to the hospital. I can stabilize you. That's about it. That's like as far as my training goes. I can make sure you are stabilized to get to a hospital. Anything further than that, I might know how to do, but I don't have the certificate giving training for. In the United States Army, they found out that I think it's something like 70% of casualties, of killed in action casualties, could have been prevented if they taught infantrymen how to control blood and do basic medical, stuff like the nasal pharyngeal tube, I think is the actual term. So I have the current day infantry training there. Kind of as far as I go, or kind of as far as my training goes there, but it's enough to get me through a first response kind of deal. And at least I'm very good at blood control. So this pocket, this side, is where it gets interesting. So working large events where there might be alcohol and other stuff flowing at different locations or different booths at a certain event, you're going to run into people who might need to be told that they need to calm down just a little bit. If somebody really needs to be told to calm down, that sound will usually do the trick. In the Army, we had the rules of engagement. Show, 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 shoot, shoot, shoot. Show. I'm waving at you. Hey, buddy. Hey. Show number 2. Hey, buddy. I got a gun. Show number 3. Buddy, I got a gun. Shoot number 1. Bang, I shoot the ground. I will use this gun. Shoot number 2. Bang, please stop. Shoot number 3 is the final step. This is show number 1 right here. But nobody is ever actually going to get their hands on these because they are not going to jail with somebody, because I'm probably never getting them back. And those are really nice. So that's my show. This disposable handcuff €1 deal here. This is my shoot, shoot, shoot here. Then I have a mountain of gloves here. So the deal with this, the night before we do any event, I start bagging up gloves. I take these tiny bags and I put 2 gloves in each one. Rip it. You got a glove, and you got your other glove there. So it's kind of a tradition at this point that I'm gonna spend all night bagging up gloves, and when I show up the next day, I'm just gonna be handing out these little handfuls of these tiny bags. And in there, I have a very good handcuff key, just in case. Some rehydration salts, not for the common people. This is for my team. Do not medicate the public. You have no idea what reactions they might have. Your team might forgive you. The public will not. Some burn cream. just because it always follows around, like, you know, whatever. I don't think I would actually ever really need that. And the multi-tool pouch here would normally keep, I will show you guys my ascot too, with the elastic organizers that I shoved in there. And there's my orange tourniquet. But in the elastic organizer here, I have some pepper spray, which would live in this multi-tool pouch. Which it turns out is a pretty decent solution there for pepper spray. I was very, very surprised that the pepper spray fit in there, but it lets me keep my entire kit Savotta. So I was very happy. So that is the first responder kit that I have set up with the Kukkaro. If you want me to show you how to attach really cool stuff, I'll just show you the wings right there, just so you kind of have an idea of how I did that. But if you really want to break down on how to do more stuff, let me know. All right, so I guess that's it for today. Pretty soon I'll show you how I did the elastic organizers in the ascot. Okay, bye-bye.